Hi everyone, and welcome to the Wake Forest University class of 2024. My name is Erin Branch, and I direct the writing program at Wake Forest. I'm here today to talk with you a little bit about the Directed Self-Placement, or DSP, which some of you may have read about in Forestry 101. So what is the DSP? The DSP is not a placement test. We don't use it to slot you into classes. The DSP is really a reflective exercise where you have a chance to think about your previous reading and writing experiences and decide what course will be best for you when you arrive at Wake Forest. We do this because we find that first-year students are really the best judges of their own level of preparedness. We try to give you a sense of the kinds of things that you might be doing in college, and then you can think about your own previous experiences with reading and writing before deciding which class you take when you get here. So how does the DSP work? Well, I'll tell you. I'm going to share my screen here. Pretty soon you'll receive an email from us at Wake Forest that contains a link to the DSP survey. It'll look more or less like this, and you'll click on the link here that says take the survey. That link will take you to this Qualtrics site. Qualtrics is a survey platform that we use a lot at Wake Forest. You'll note that you need to click this button here to say that you agree that your responses may be used for instructional and research purposes. If you have questions about that, please contact us at dsp@wfu.edu. You'll then answer this series of reflective questions. This shouldn't take you too long, but we do encourage you to be thoughtful. Think especially about the kinds of reading and writing you've done in your last couple of years of high school. That will give us the best indication of what your strengths are, what kinds of practice you already have, and where you might need more practice as you adjust to college level writing expectations. You'll see that this is only, not even 10 questions long, so you should be able to work through it fairly quickly, but again, we encourage you to be thoughtful. And at the end of this, the survey will ask you to anticipate which course you'll take. I'll say more about this shortly, but there are ways you can learn more about these different writing classes that we offer. So what then? What happens after you take the DSP? Well, within a couple of weeks, you'll get another email from us with a recommendation. This is not a placement. We are not requiring you to take that class. I will say that all students are required to take Writing 111. That's a basic requirement in the college. If you have qualifying AP or IB scores, you may decide to use those to exempt Writing 111, but otherwise it is something everyone has to take. So you can take our recommendation as well as your own sense of your preparedness for college level reading and writing, and of course your AP or IB status if you have those qualifying scores, and then use that to decide which class is best for you. Let me now show you a few pages on the writing program website that might be useful for you as you start to think about which class to take. So I'm going to share my screen again and go back to the writing program page. Here we go. So you'll see that we have a menu here called Directed Self-Placement, and you can click on this first one here about the DSP, and it will explain mostly what I just explained to you, along with some details about the dates and times that it will be available. But further down that menu, you'll see that there's a list of courses, so first-year courses. These will be the same courses that are listed at the end of the DSP survey. So as you're thinking about which class to take, and even before you take the DSP, I encourage you to read over these descriptions. We would be happy to answer questions. You can contact any of the professors listed here. You can find our contact information on the writing program website as well. We'd be happy to talk with you in more detail about these classes. Again, the vast majority of you will take Writing 111 at some point during your first year. This is a foundational course. The cap is 16, which means it'll be a pretty small class. You'll have a teacher whose training and experience is in teaching writing. Most students report really positive experiences. The courses are thematic, so you can choose something that's interesting to you. If you feel after taking the DSP that you would benefit from a little more practice, a little more time to make that transition to college writing, you might want to think about Writing 105. Writing 105 is an elective, which means it doesn't satisfy that college requirement. You'll still have to take Writing 111. But it does give you an extra semester to practice the reading and writing strategies that will be helpful to you, both in 111, but also in other courses that you'll take at Wake Forest. Besides Writing 105 and Writing 111, the program also encourages first-year students to think about taking Writing 210 or Writing 212 if they have qualifying AP or IB scores. A qualifying score is either a 5 on the AP Literature exam, a 4 or a 5 on the AP Language exam, or a 6 or a 7 on the IB exam. There is no other qualifying or exempting mechanism. So there's no test you can take, there's no writing sample you can give us. So if you don't have those scores, you do need to take Writing 111. But if you do have scores, or if after 111 you decide you want to take another writing class, we encourage you to think about writing 210 and 212. Writing 210 is advanced academic research and writing. Writing 212 is a course in essay writing and essay reading. These are also gateway courses for our writing minor, which you can learn more about on our website. But again, I encourage you to familiarize yourself with all of these classes before you take the DSP so you can make an informed choice at the end of that survey. If you have other questions about the DSP, please think about consulting this website, the Frequently Asked Questions page. We've tried to anticipate questions you might have. These are questions students have had in the past about how long it will take and what will happen and what the goals of the DSP are and how we use it. So I encourage you to read over this as well if you have further questions. Again, if you want to know more about this and you can't find the information you need on our website, I encourage you to reach out to me. You can email me at branchel@wfu.edu. You can also call my office phone at 336-758-6126. Campus is still closed, so you'll have to leave a message, but I will receive the message and call you back as soon as possible. You're also welcome to email dsp@wfu.edu, and one of us will get back to you quickly. You can also contact Dr. Zach Lancaster, Dr. Carrie Epps-Mathis, or Grace Waldrop, who's the program coordinator for the writing program. All of us would be happy to try to answer your questions about the DSP. I hope this video has given you a little more information as you think about what's coming next at Wake Forest for you. You'll receive the email about the DSP within about a week, and the DSP survey will open on the 27th for you to start responding to those questions. Again, please feel free to be in touch if we can provide any help for you as you think about this process and your upcoming writing experiences at Wake.